On December 1st here at UCLA, where it's a beautiful day. The sunshine is shining, of course, as it always does in Los Angeles. And Linnea is going to persuade us, after she manages attention, communicates respect non-verbally to all her audience members, finds friendly eyes near the front and the center, says her name, feels the love, and starts her speech.
Hi, I'm Linnea.
Hi, Linnea.
Public transportation will likely arouse our desire to compare our narrative to someone else's. Julie Wilson said this in her book, Scene Reading, in 2012, and I strongly agree with that statement. This summer, I decided to take it upon myself and take public transportation instead of Ubering or using my own vehicle. Today I'm going to explain to you how taking public transportation will change your life. There are 2 reasons why you should do it and 3 actions that will help you accomplish this, and then also there are many benefits to taking public transportation. So, the first reason you should take public transportation is to save money. So, on average, an Uber will cost you $20 to $40 to go downtown, but if you take the bus down to the metro, it only costs 50 cents for students, and then it's $1.75 to take the metro downtown. Already that's like, I don't even know what percent of savings, but it's a ton. I don't have a lot of money to be spending on extra Ubers or anything like that, so this was one way that it helped me save money. The American Association for Public Transportation, said that $16.45 cents on every dollar that the American household spends is towards maintaining and keeping up their vehicles. Now, a household can save $10,000 a year by simply taking public transportation. Public transportation can also save you money in the fact that you don't have to pay for parking. This is a huge deal, especially in Westwood, where parking costs a lot of money. So after taking public transportation, I found that I saved a lot of money, and I could invest this money in other things that I liked to enjoy, and so I feel very passionate about this subject matter. So the next reason you should take public transportation is to save time. Many people think that taking public transportation will actually cost you more time because you're waiting for the bus or you're waiting for the metro, but in fact it actually saves you time. So one reason that it saves you time is because you don't have to sit in traffic. So on the metro or on the bus, they have special lanes for the bus that runs along the side of the road, and it's a lot faster because you don't have to sit in the traffic. And then also the metro runs right through town, so it doesn't have to stop for any of the vehicles passing on the road. Another way that it saves time is because you don't have to look for parking in Westwood, which, like I said, was a big hassle. I remember sometimes I would spend hours looking for parking just to stay in the apartment this summer. Another way you can save time is that you're reducing the number of vehicles on the road. So this contributes to less traffic, which allows vehicles who really do need to be on the road, like ambulances, firefighters, law enforcement, to get around efficiently. So not only are you saving your own time, but you're also saving the time of society. Another way that this saves time is because you're not driving. You're not having to really converse with whatever, your Uber driver or whatever. So you can actually get work done. I found myself getting a lot of work done, writing, catching up on daily lives of my family members. So I ended up using more of my time efficiently.
You pull a door, yeah.
Alright, I'll continue.
Sorry.
That's good. So another way that, so after taking public transportation, I realized that I was being much more efficient, so I felt more efficient, and I felt like I wasn't wasting my time or the time of others. So now I'll give you 3 actions that you can take to do public transportation, and these are: 1, to download the Google Maps app. I don't think a lot of people realize that you can not only get driving instructions, but you can also get transit instructions, and it'll give you the most efficient way to get from one place to the other. The next is to buy a tap card. A tap card allows you to efficiently tap into the bus station or the metro, and you can download your money on there, and it saves time in transition from bus to metro and back and forth. And then the other thing I would advise you to do is to grab some friends. I know at first it can be kind of intimidating to take public transportation, especially if you're going alone, but if you grab some friends, it'll make you more comfortable, and it'll be more enjoyable because there's a lot to explore and discover together, so that's really fun. So there are also many benefits to taking public transportation. It's not only just a way to save money and time, but you'll also feel wiser. You'll get to know a part of LA and this great city that you wouldn't be able to simply by taking your own private vehicle. I felt like I've really benefited from taking public transportation, and I'm sure you will as well. So there should be no doubt in this room that it is beneficial to take public transportation. I would encourage all of you to do so. And just like Julie Wilson said, taking public transportation can arouse your desire to compare your narrative to others. And I think that's really important because it's very easy to get stuck in your own bubble here at UCLA. And taking an Uber or driving your own vehicle only closes you off to this great, amazing city that is LA. So I would advise that you take public transportation, get out of your comfort zone, not only because it saves you money and time, but also because you'll get to know the city and the places that you simply wouldn't behind your own wheel. So.
Thank you. Does someone have an Apple phone? I left my phone in my office, so I need a timer. Can you time?
Yep.
Thank you. So, you got a free pass. So, let's start, where should I start? Let's start here, yeah.
Hi, I'm Stacy.
Hi, Stacy.
I liked your speech. I liked the points you made about public transportation. One thing you could have done better was there was a couple of awkward pauses,
yeah.
And I think you're trying to remember it, so just practice more and that would be better.
Okay.
Improvement.
Hi, I'm Holly.
Hi, Holly.
I think you did a really good job. I really liked your speech. You had really good points. The only thing I would say is maybe you kept, you put your hands behind. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
Like now. Linnea, this is a good topic to do, but a hard one to do, a persuasive challenge, because it's not very sexy, you know, and let's face it, bus riding isn't exactly driving around the city in a Maserati convertible, right? You know, there's some people have a view that there's some stinky people on buses and mentally ill that ride it night, day and night, and you know, there's other reasons people avoid the bus system, you know. So, and I don't know if you saw any of that, but those are all elements that preclude people from riding the bus. Yeah. So you chose a quote from Julia Wilson, and you tied back to her, and that was effective. Your thesis was fine. You were a little light on your significance statement. You went right to your main body. And I think you needed to sell this a little bit more to the audience and let them know that, you know, in this day and age, climate change issues and so on and so forth, and we need to get out of those gas guzzling automobiles as much as we can and relax, you know, enjoy the ride. You quoted the American Transportation Association, give the year.
Okay.
And so we know when they spent this and where it was cited. I like that you gave the statistics first and then gave your own personal story second. That's an effective way to do it, and that's the way it should be done. You put in your passionate, how you feel about it at the end of that. So you had that in each of your reasons. So that was good. Our second reason was you mentioned that you get to save time, and I guess you made a pretty good case that they get to run red lights, and they go through the center of town and they have their own lanes and so forth. And I'm still a little skeptical, but maybe. Mm-hmm. On your concrete actions, I thought the Google map for transit routes, I don't think that's very well known, so I thought that was excellent. The tap card was good, and also encouraging friends to ride with you, I think would make it more enjoyable and safer too. Yeah. And the benefits, I thought you did a nice job on. Summary, good. Conclusion, and the tie back to Julie Wilson was well done. Your canais. Get out of the habit of putting your hands behind your back. Let them be free like that. No. Mm-hmm. You said you wanted to work on vocal variety and volume. Make this seem more heartfelt than informative. That's tough. Have a strong tie back. How'd it go?
I think my tie back was good. I think I could have been more heartfelt if I had enforced that significant statement more. I think it would have hooked the audience at the beginning a little more.
Yeah.
And then volume, I think I should have practiced that more in variation. Just kind of raising my voice when I talked about how much money I saved or how much time I've gained, because it kind of felt monotone to me.
Yeah, and feel the passion. Yeah, and that tends to make your audience kind of go, lull, be in a little bit of a lull, and you don't want that.
Yeah.
So I would say overall what you need to do as you continue to work on your public speaking as you go down the road is do continue to work on vocal variety and do work on that passion that you can get, and work on what we learned about making the speeches sticky and how to make statistics more sticky, and giving your evidence more credibility by giving the date and building it up a little bit. You were very credible to me because you rode the bus. Yeah. You weren't asking us to do something you hadn't done, So that was good. So overall, you did a good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, that took care of that one.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, that was Linnea. Magali will be next. Hi, Magali.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, and you?
Good, thanks. Okay, let's come to order. Magali stands before you, managing attention, communicating respect, non-verbally. Shh. Finding friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name. Feel the love. Start your speech.
Hi, Magali.
Hi, Magali.
So we all know that you can't buy love, but you can adopt it from your local animal shelter. 9 out of 10 people, according to a poll conducted by Petco, say that their pet brings love and compassion into their lives. But how can we show the compassion to the future pets in our lives? There are thousands of animals all over the country that are just waiting at the shelter for a second chance at a happy life. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about why you should adopt a dog instead of buying them from pet stores. I will provide you with 2 reasons as to why you should adopt your pets instead of buying them, as well as some actions that you could take and some benefits that will come after. There are about 5.7 million animals across the country that go into these shelters a year, and out of those 5.7 million, 3.4 of those are euthanized every year. That's an increasing amount, and it's scary to think about. The first reason why you should adopt a dog instead of purchasing it from a pet store is because when you're purchasing from a pet store, you're initially supporting these puppy mills. What puppy mills are, they're commercialized dog breeding operations where the profit of the pet is put before the actual well-being of the animal. These animals are usually in unsanitary conditions, without proper veterinary care, without proper exercise, proper grooming, enough food, just in these really bad conditions. And they actually do abide by the United States Department of Agriculture as long as the dog itself is placed in a cage that's about 7 inches larger than the dog. But this doesn't take into consideration that the dog is not, let out to exercise, and these cages are stacked on top of each other. So if you think about it, you go into the pet store and the dog looks so pretty with like a bow on it, but little do you know that this dog was in someone's backyard just crammed in a cage with all these other dogs. And when you're buying from a pet store, you're not only encouraging these mills, but you're helping finance them. The second reason why you should adopt a dog instead of purchasing it from a pet store is because you're not only saving one life, you're saving many others. And what I mean by that is most of these dogs that are euthanized from the shelter is because the shelter doesn't have enough supplies, staff, or money to keep up and maintain these dogs. So when you take your dog home, you're clearing that cage so another dog could come in and have another chance, to be taken and into a loving home like you just took your dog. So every last cage really matters, and you're clearing the way for more dogs to come in. And some actions that you can take to adopt a dog. Maybe you can't adopt a dog at this moment, there's so many other things on your mind, you can't take in a dog. You can, if you know someone that's trying to get a dog, you can let them know, don't go to the pet store, go to the animal shelter. A lot of these people know this, but they don't really know about puppy mills or put it into consideration what these animals are going through. They just want a second chance to a happy home. So you could just, open their eyes and remind them all the other options that they have besides purchasing them. Another thing is, I know that a lot of people go to these pet stores because they have a specific breed in mind, and they want a certain kind of dog, a certain kind of cat, and they just think that they're getting the best, with the best that's out there. But a lot of these shelters in LA County, at least, have online places that you could look up the dogs that they have available, and they have their picture, they have their age, their breed, and you can find your perfect dog if you just, took the time to look for it and do your research. You could just, another action you could take is just go in there, and I guarantee as soon as you walk in, your heart's going to hurt because these dogs are just staring at you, sad, and you want to take them all home, but you got to start somewhere, so just go in there, and I guarantee you're going to want to take one home. Some benefits that you can receive also is the feeling of taking a dog home after you adopt it is something that I can't even explain to you guys. You'd have to go through it to understand how impactful you'll feel just knowing that you rescued this little dog from, a cold, harsh world without anyone to take care of him. You'll also be saving tons of money. It's about $250 less to adopt a dog than it is to purchase it. And when you adopt this dog, the fees that you're paying at the adoption center comes with it's sprayed or neutered. It has a microchip, so in case your dog does run away, it doesn't end up back at the shelter and you know exactly where to find it. It's also vaccinated, so you're saving a lot of money. And I know this past month of November, at least in the LA County, the Department of Animal Control, it was Senior Pet Promotion Month, and you could adopt an older dog for only $7 because, you know, these older dogs are usually looked past and everyone just wants the puppy. But if you take an older dog home, you can give him, you know, at least the last few years of his life. You can make him happy because he's been through so much. So all in all, I've told you guys a couple reasons why you should adopt instead of buying a dog. I've told you a couple actions you can take as well as some benefits that you'll receive. And, you know, there's no better feeling than taking your dog home and watching him adjust to his new life. Dogs, you can't buy love, once again, you can't buy it, but you can adopt it from the animal shelter, and this dog will just give you so much love because in his eyes, you'll be his guardian angel, his hero, the one that rescued him from the shelter and the cold streets. So go out there and adopt a dog.
Thank you. What was the time?
6 minutes.
6 minutes, thank you. What was the last time?
I started, you didn't tell me to time that one.
Okay, so just call it out at the end for me, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, where are we? In the corner? Oh yeah, in the corner. What'd you like?
Hi, I'm Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
I like the fact that he added a lot of emotion to his speech because I felt like a lot of people came into having dogs. So maybe we could. It was I know me personally, I can relate to you because my dog is paranoid. It made me think of my dog and I guess the emotion helped me to really be interested.
Thank you. Improvement?
I thought your speech was very good.
Name?
I'm Joanne. Hi, Joanne.
Name, Joanne.
Maybe just when you shift from your stance, just make sure to go into the power stance because you get comfortable when you start.
Okay, Magali, I liked your speech. It was heartfelt. Do you have a dog?
Yeah.
Did you adopt it?
That's why I don't want to say anything.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you did, that would have been a perfect thing to share, but that's why you didn't say anything, and that's good. Your opening was good. You can't buy love, but you can pick it up at the shelter, and you're sure right. I've had dogs from the shelter, and they've been, especially older dogs, and they've been great. And they've been great. Your thesis statement was good. Your significance statement could have been a little bit longer and stressed. You said 5 million animals entered the shelter. 3.4 of them are euthanized. That was from the ASPCA in 2013. You didn't state where your statistics came from or the date, so you didn't give them credibility, which is what we were after in this speech. See, so you know, I know you had the footnote there, but they can't hear the footnote. See, so you give it orally, and then it has more credibility. Your first reason was your indictment of puppy mills, and you very effectively and succinctly explained why they're bad and why it's a problem in these pet stores. Your second reason was to open up the cages, you know, because they can only take so many, and that was good. On the actions, you said to spread awareness, do research to find it, and then your final one was just do it. The benefits I thought were good. I liked the lower price for the older dog. I think that was a good deal, and telling people that they can get all the shots and everything done there, and because I can run into money, you know. So, yeah. Summary was good. Conclusion and tieback were all fine. your canais. Hit all points slowly. Tie back and move around. How'd it go?
I did move around, but like Charlie said, like when I move around, I tend not to come back to the power stance. Like I kind of sway.
Yeah.
I just gotta remind myself to do it.
Okay.
And I did. I think I hit most of the points that I was trying to hit, so I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, you did. And it was a good speech. Yeah, even though your dog wasn't adopted, from a pound, you still could have shared some stuff about you come home and you're tired and depressed, and your dog licks your face and makes you feel good, and stress the companion aspects of it and how helpful it is having a dog and that sort of thing. You still could have shared stuff like that. Good job. Thank you. Okay, that will bring us to Lily. The lilies of the field. Hi, Lily.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Good, thanks. Okay. Is that quiet out there in the hall now? Can we reopen the door and get a little air through here? Thank you. Okay, you ready to start the time?
Should I go?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay. Hello, my name is Lily Raji.
Hi, Lily.
A 16-year-old in California picked up a cigarette, and then another, and then another. Pretty soon she was picking up cigarettes regularly, dropping friends, classes, and eventually school, until all she had left was that cigarette. The 50-year-old man spent his whole life rejecting the idea that cigarettes could possibly do any harm to him, until the day he had a heart procedure scheduled. A 40-year-old woman needed medical help just to breathe after years of abusing tobacco products. These three stories sound just like random case studies shown on television commercials, but they aren't. They're actually the stories of lives of friends and family in my own life who have witnessed the consequences of smoking cigarettes. So you see, it isn't just 1 in a million. Anyone can see the harms of smoking cigarettes. It affects a lot of people, and because smoking can harm and kill anyone, it's very important to learn the effects and consequences in order to prevent the health risks for ourselves and for other people. Today I want to persuade you to avoid smoking cigarettes. I'm going to share with you 2 reasons why you should avoid smoking cigarettes, 3 actions you can take, and the benefits that will follow if you adopt my proposal. So the first reason that I want you to avoid smoking cigarettes is because of the many health risks involved. According to evidence presented by Cancer Research UK, there are approximately 4,800 chemicals you inhale upon smoking a cigarette, and 69 of those are cancer-causing. When I heard about such evidence, it made me feel sad. It made me feel sad because these are preventable health risks. They're preventable deaths, and there are people out there that have cancer or other diseases not as a result of smoking who would have loved the opportunity to prevent them or to expect them coming. So when such preventable health risks are proven, I became even more motivated to continue not smoking and to persuade others to avoid smoking. So the second reason that I want you to avoid smoking is because of the effects of secondhand smoking. If your own health risks aren't scary enough to you, think about the health risks that smoking presents to other people involved. My support for this is a statistic published by the United States Department of Health and Human Services. And the statistic states that approximately 480,000 deaths result each year as a cause of smoking cigarettes. and unfortunately 41,000 of those are related to secondhand smoke. These are people who involuntarily are suffering the consequences of others smoking cigarettes. They even sometimes feel immediate effects such as headaches, nausea, sore throats, increased vulnerability to asthma, and other health problems. When I heard about such effects of secondhand smoking, I felt even more motivated to spread the word and decrease the amount of smokers in the environment, as it can help save lives and protect the air that we breathe. So 3 actions that we can take to avoid smoking are, the first one is, while it sounds simple, it definitely works, and that is just saying no. Peer pressure is definitely real, and it can be hard to approach, but just saying no can help you protect your own health and the health of others around you. The second action that you can take is surrounding yourself with friends that are non-smokers. The environment you surround yourself with is very important. If you reduce the amount of smokers in that environment, you not only reduce your pressure, but you also reduce the amount of toxic air that you inhale. So the third action that you can take is that you can educate yourself and others around you. Whether it's educating yourself to learn the risks involved, or maybe it was never a risk-free, maybe you weren't deciding whether or not to smoke, but you know someone that is smoking or is considering smoking, and just by educating them, you can help them make the right health choices. So in summary, I have, benefits that you will receive if you follow avoiding cigarettes is that you will avoid preventable health risks and death in the present that can affect you in the present or in the future, and you will reduce the amount of toxic air in the environment that helps reduce the effects of secondhand smoke. So in summary, I've shared with you 2 reasons why you should avoid smoking cigarettes, 3 actions that you can take, and health benefits that you will reap if you follow. There should be no doubt in the room that cigarettes should be avoided. If you avoid smoking, you help your health, the health of others around you, and reap benefits as well. So the 16-year-old was actually a close friend of mine who I lost as she decided the only friend she wanted was cigarettes. The 50-year-old man who went under the heart procedure was my uncle, and the 40-year-old woman was a neighbor of mine. So these are not just random people. There are people all around us. Smoking can affect anyone, and learning about the effects and consequences and spreading the word can help reduce the disastrous effects. Thank you.
5:35. Thank you. Okay, we're here.
Alex.
Hi, Alex.
I think I like your speech a lot. You're a really likable speaker. You were really credible. Like, I think you had, like, because of your experiences, like, there was a lot more emotion, and, like, it just really, like, came through the show.
Thank you, Alex. Pruma.
Hi, I'm Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Yeah, I agree with Alex. I really like how you wove your personal experiences into it. The only thing you can improve upon is you use space fillers sometimes. So just got that.
Lily, you started with dramatic, horrible examples of a 16-year-old girl, a 50-year-old man, and a 40-year-old woman that, because of cigarettes, their lives are ruined. So it was dramatic, it was good, and you pointed out this wasn't atypical, it was typical. You gave us your thesis, you skipped the SIG statement, so we needed to sell it to them, not that it needs a lot of selling. Your first reason is the health risk. You cited cancer in the UK, you needed a date, okay, and it was good evidence. And that's a lot of chemicals to enter your system, and I would have stressed it more with my voice. And you went on to say how sad that makes you feel, and that was good. I like your evidence on the secondhand smoke, and again, the United States Department of Health and Human Services in 2014. So stress, you know, this is recent evidence, you know, 48,000 Americans with your voice die each year. You're persuading, and they come from secondhand smoke. You know, it's just, you feel strongly about this. Your concrete actions, just say no. It sounded like Nancy Reagan, but it's true. Just don't start. And if you're smoking, stop. But if you don't smoke, don't start. And that's why you include everybody, because I don't think a lot of people in here smoke. At least I don't think so. But you know, maybe some do. I like the don't surround yourself with people that do smoke. I thought that was good, and the education was good. You almost skipped the benefits, but you got them in. Summary, conclusion, and tie back were all fine. I'd like to see you gesture more with your arms and use them. You held them down close to your side a lot, like you were afraid to use your arms. You would be a more dynamic speaker that way, and that would combine with a more active voice. That would be more dynamic voice. That would be more effective. I'm looking for your canais. Are they on your third page? Are they not here? Oh, I see them now. Okay, found them. I apologize. You wanted to pause, move around more, and have variety of tone. How to go?
I definitely use pauses more than I had in other speeches, especially at the beginning. I think I moved, but I think the biggest part would be the vocal writing, which you mentioned too, is just using that to make it more dramatic.
Yes. Okay. Well, this was a well-researched and a good topic. I say, some people think they can just casually smoke on weekends. I say don't even get started, and you'll be better off. Anyway, thank you, Lily. Nice speech. Okay, that will bring us to Evan. Hi, Evan.
Can I spit out my cough drop? Or...
No, yeah, spit it out. Yeah, spit it out. Yeah. Good, yeah.
Sorry, I've just been sick this week.
Whatever. Get well.
Yeah.
Okay, take a step forward into the green box a little bit more and let me know, back a half step. Yeah. Evan stands before you, managing attention, communicating respect non-verbally, saying to himself, I respect my audience, and really meaning it. Finding friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name, feel the love. Start your speech.
Hi everyone, I'm Evan.
Hi, Evan.
So I want to ask you guys a question. Do you guys like New York City, Miami, animals, prosperous world? Okay, well, if you like any of those things, which I hope you do, well, those are all at risk due to global warming. Already, Miami is sinking. Levels or places in Miami throughout the city that were once above water are now underwater as a result of sea level rise because of melting ice caps at both polar regions. If you like animals, well, be prepared to say goodbye to most of them, because at the end of the century, we're going to look at a relationship where almost 50% of the animals are going to be extinct by the end of the century. So I want you all to imagine that, just for a second, going to the zoo with your kids, hopefully, and having to introduce them into a world that is so drastically different from what you were used to growing up with. Imagine going to the zoo and not seeing a tiger or a giraffe or an elephant or half of the animals that we know and love just simply gone because of stuff that we could have prevented, such as stopping global warming. So today I want to talk to you about 2 reasons why you can take an activist role in stopping global warming, and 3 reasons. Two reasons and 3 actions you can take to stop global warming. Sorry about that. So the first reason is that. Sorry, I'm totally lost my train of thought.
Sorry, maybe you want to tell the audience why it's significant to them.
What was my first point in the reasons?
Close your eyes and envision this scenario.
Didn't I already say that?
You go to the zoo, the Great Barrier Reef is gone.
No, wait, what was my first reason under the paragraph?
Okay, 50% of the islands will go extinct by the end of the century. Oceanography class.
Okay, yeah. So the first reason I want you to take an activist role is because if we don't, like I've already mentioned, we're going to say goodbye to 50% of the animals on the planet. Now this research comes from stuff that I've studied in my oceanography class and through a speech that I watched by a leading activist named Al Gore. Another interesting point he brought up was that at an average rate of 15 feet per day, we're seeing animals that are moving from their current location towards the colder polar regions just because it's that unbearable for the environment that they're in because it's so hot. When I learn about this, I feel extremely saddened to know that these things are happening as a result of the human impact, such as increased carbon emissions that are increasing the temperature worldwide and affecting this head-on. So the second reason I want you to take an activist role is because of the human impact that it'll have. So even though it may not be affecting you, or you may not know that it's affecting you at this very moment, it is affecting other people around the world. So in the same speech that I watched by Al Gore, he mentions how in a 2006 to 2010 drought in Syria, 60% of their fertile land and farmland was simply turned into a desert because of increased temperatures and the drought which was caused through global warming. This displaced 1.5 million climate refugees, as they're called, into the already crowded capital city of Syria, or in Syria, where they collided with another 1.5 million refugees from the Iraq War. So just kind of keep that in perspective. Imagine having to be driven from your home simply because you couldn't live there anymore because this area we're looking at, green, all of that prosperous land was just simply turned to desert over the course of 4 years. So 3 actions that I want you guys to take they're pretty simple. You can, if you're thinking about buying a car, buy a hybrid emission vehicle like me in my Volt, or 100% electric vehicle. You will reduce your carbon footprint, and you'll also save a lot of money at the gas station. The second reason is you can take shorter showers. It's super easy. You just limit a shower to 5 minutes a day, or however many times you shower in a day. Just limit it to 5 minutes. That will reduce the amount of water consumption you use, and it'll also reduce the amount of energy required to send the water to your house, which is reliant upon dirty carbon emissions like coal to power that. And the third is turn off the lights when you leave a room. Again, this energy is coming from dirty carbon-based fossil emissions, so if you just limit that and just turn off the lights when they're unnecessary or when you're leaving a room, that'll make a big impact, one step at a time. So in summary, I've talked to you today about two reasons why you should become an activist in global warming, and three actions why you should do so, with benefits as well. There should be no doubt in this room that you should put an end to global warming and become an activist. And hopefully, if you join me and join the cause, we can work together to keep New York and Miami above water.
Thank you. 6 minutes. Okay, you can put the cough drop back in now.
I'll go take it out later. My name's Andre.
Hi, Andrew.
That skateboard boy, somebody's gonna trip on that.
What I liked about your speech was it was very emotional, and how you described that 50% of the animals are going to go away. At least it was emotional to me that going to the zoo and not taking your kids maybe, that they weren't able to see the animals that you saw in the past, and that you gave very concrete examples also, so it was very understandable to the audience.
Thank you. A lot of improvement. There's a lot of improvement, I'm sure. So
I'll keep it short.
I'll keep it short.
Thank you.
You employed a lot of enthusiasm, which I thought was good. Towards the end, you kind of lost it as you lost sight of what you were talking about. And just in general, if you rehearsed a little more, you would have been able to remember things. But it wasn't too bad.
Totally.
Thank you. Okay, yeah. Yet another minute, so let's talk about this speech. Good topic, you know, climate change, it's in the news. And you very dramatically mentioned our favorite cities and animals, and then pulled the rug out from under us by saying that Miami is underwater and so forth, and I suppose New York is next. And animals will be gone. All of these assertions that you made, you later documented in the main body of your speech, but it would have been helpful for your credibility if you didn't just assert such a bold statement that 50% of the animals on Earth will be gone, according to Al Gore. Nothing personal, but, you know, he's not exactly a scientist he's a politician turned amateur scientist, right? An activist.
Or
right?
yeah, an activist, right?
Yeah. So your goal was for this group to become an activist, right? Yeah. And I guess you got the significant statement in a roundabout way, so that was fine. And the first reason was, you said 50% of the animals and plants are going to go extinct by the end of the century. And my support for this comes from research in my oceanography class. Not good enough. Okay. We need to have a specific citation. You know, my teacher told me in my oceanography class. That's like, you know, I heard it at the neighborhood bar. Okay? So we need a specific citation. And especially for something as dramatic as this. Yeah. And the same with these 15 feet per day from Al Gore. Yeah. On your second reason, you want them to be activists, was you mentioned Syria, and you talked about the farmland going infertile, and that coupled with the refugees from Iraq, and it created a real mess. That was pretty good evidence, assuming that it's true, but once again, we don't have, it says, my support from this comes from statistics that say.
Well,
statistics from
in the speech
where?
Watched, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But I understand the
yeah. You know, so when you're relying on the secondhand stuff, it hurts your credibility. Your actions were reasonable. Buy a Volt, turn off the lights, and take shorter showers. I'm not sure that will prevent Miami from not going underwater, but I think everything helps. So it's a big problem, and it's going to take a lot of smart people looking at the problem to see if we can, what we need to do about it, you know, in the short and the long run. After the actions come a segment called benefits, and I didn't get a lot of benefits from you of what the benefits would be if we took these actions, right? And when you sell the benefits, that's when you get real persuasive with your audience. Your summary was good, your conclusion, and your tie back to New York and Miami was good. Let's look at your connive. Oh, strong eye contact, good vocal inflection that sounds natural. Follow the outline to the point where it doesn't seem memorized, but extemporaneous and genuine. How'd it go?
First two, I think, were pretty good. We're actually pretty good. But then the last one, as soon as I kind of lost track in the beginning for whatever reason, I kind of just derailed everything, and then I was kind of like in my mind, like frantically trying to figure out like
where am I?
Yeah. So
if you have that schema of intro, thesis, sig statement, main body, summary, conclusion, and tie back, you'll know where you're supposed to be at all times in a storytelling model. Anyway, you got the job done. Thank you for bringing global warming to our attention. Yeah, after we get done. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's this. Okay, good. Okay, that brings us to Is there any other B's?
Yeah.
Jordan. Sorry, Jordan.
It's okay.
I skipped you. Do I have an extra Scantron? I have hundreds of them. I'm selling them for $3. How's that sound? Do I have a willing purchaser on my hands here? Here you go. Anybody else need a Scantron? Can you give it to her when you're done?
Yeah.
Do you know which version you have? Put it in big bold letters across the top, please. Okay. Oh, you're not as tall as the last fella. Okay. Yeah, that works. Okay. Jordan stands before you. Ready your time? Managing it. Thank you for doing that, by the way. Managing attention, communicating respect, non-verbally, fighting friendly eyes near the front and the center. Say your name. Feel the love. Start your speech.
Hi, I'm Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
So imagine yourself inside of an enclosed space with recirculating air and thousands of people coming and going. Now, imagine yourself staying in this space anywhere from 45 minutes to 12 hours. You'll be eating, sleeping, watching TV, touching buttons, and maybe taking a nap. Welcome to a germ-infested airplane. Enjoy your flight and make sure that you obey the seatbelt signs. Today, I want to persuade you to sanitize your airplane seating. May I start over?
Free country. People are dying in Iraq and Syria, so you have freedom and liberty. Enjoy it.
Okay, hi guys, I'm Jordan.
Hi, Jordan.
Imagine yourself inside of an enclosed space with recirculating air and thousands of people coming and going. Now, imagine yourself staying in this space, anywhere from 45 minutes to 12 hours. You'll be eating, sleeping, doing some work, touching buttons, and maybe watching TV. Now, I want to draw your attention to what I'm saying here. You're going to be eating snacks with hands that just touched a seatbelt buckle that thousands of people before you had touched. And you're going to be taking a nap with your face pressed up against a seat that other people have probably drooled on before you. Well, welcome to a germ-infested airplane. Enjoy your trip and obey the seatbelt sign. Today, I want to persuade you to sanitize your airplane seating area. I will be giving you 2 reasons why you should do this, 3 actions that you can take to do this, and some benefits you'll see from doing this. As Carla Cripps said from CNN in September 2015, there's no better way to test your immune system than to subject it to air travel. And I totally agree. Airplanes are breeding grounds for bacteria, and with little turnaround time between flights, there's no way that flight attendants can clean properly. The first reason that I persuade you to sanitize your airplane seating area is because of the types of germs that have been found to be on planes. Now, this is not me being a germaphobe. My support for this is real scientific evidence done by the Today Show in 2014. Jeff Rosen and Josh Davis took 3 cross-country flights on 3 major U.S. airlines, and on these flights they took samples. These samples found bacteria that is known to cause influenza, cold viruses, MRSA, Listeria, and E. coli. I find this disgusting. The most bacteria was found to be on tray tables, with the 2nd highest amount on seatbelts. If there's anything that you can do to avoid getting sick and ruining a well-deserved vacation or an important business trip, I really urge you to do so. The second support for why you should sanitize your airplane seating area is because of the amount of bacteria that has been found in airplanes. My support for this is personal experience and research done by CNN in 2015. So to start off, CFU per square inch means a colony forming unit per square inch of bacteria. They found in 2015 that tray tables have 2,155 colony forming units per bacteria per square inch. For reference, the average cell phone, which has been scientifically proven to be full of bacteria, only has 28 CFU per square inch of bacteria. To help you better understand this, that's a scale of 1 to 75. Here's a visual aid of what 1 square inch looks like. And this is what 1 CFU per square inch looks like, and that's on your cell phone, and that's a tray table with 75 times the amount of bacteria found on a cell phone. Now, I find this disgusting, and if there's and you should absolutely try and avoid all of this bacteria. Personally, I've been to over 60 countries, with my longest flight being 21 hours. And on this flight, I watched people cough, sneeze, drool, change their baby on the tray table, and throw up in air sickness bags and put them in the back of the seat back pocket. In 2015, a Southwest airline attendant was quoted saying in the Daily Mail that she's seen more diapers on tray tables than food on tray tables. So I'm going to give you 3 actions that you can do to sanitize your airplane seating area and avoid all of these nasty germs. First of all, you can bleach your seating area. What I do is bring on a pair of gloves, and I'm careful to not cross-contaminate while doing this. So I use 1 wipe on the armrest, 1 wipe on my seatbelt, another bleach wipe on the tray table, and especially on the part where you fold the tray table back into the seat so you don't undo all your hard work. And if you're in a window seat, you can bleach the window so you can happily nap and drool without getting sick. Second of all, you can line the backseat pocket of your seat with a bag that you either get from the gift shop when you buy water or that you bring yourself. This way you don't lose the convenience of having a backseat pocket, but you're also not contaminating yourself with germs. Third of all, you can make sure to keep your shoes on or to wear socks, because going barefoot is just asking to trek up extra bacteria from people's suitcases and shoes that you're most likely going to end up folding your legs and getting more germs all over yourself. Some benefits you'll see from doing this is that you're going to stop getting sick after you take a long flight. You're also going to help the person that comes after you not get sick because it's like a fresh slate on your seat. And third of all, you won't be grossed out the entire flight now that you're aware of all the gross things that probably took place before you got on. So in summary, I've told you some reasons why you need to sanitize your airplane seating area. I've given you 2 reasons why, like the amount of bacteria found and the types of bacteria found on airplanes. I've given you 3 actions that you could take, like bleaching your seat, lying in your backseat pocket, and wearing shoes. And I've given you some benefits that you can get from this. There should be no doubt in this room that you need to sanitize your airplane seating area. So the next time that you get on an enclosed space with recirculating air, knowing that thousands of people have come on before you, I hope that you are aware and conscious of the sneezer, cougher, and drooler, probably dirty diaper, and vomiter that came before you on that flight. And when you take out your bleach wipes, that you'll be proud, and the person next to you may give you a dirty look, but they'll most likely end up asking for one of them. Thank you.
Thank you. 6:36. Thank you. Somewhere back here. Yes.
Hi, I'm Linnea.
Hi.
So I wanted to say good job recovering because your speech had a lot of information and you knew it well. And you stayed very positive and confident throughout the speech, and you maintained your credibility, which was a really good job. And then also, I think you did a great job of presenting your visual aid.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yes, please. Improvement.
I really liked your speech, and it was really
Name.
good. Alyssa.
Hi, Alyssa.
I don't really have much that you can improve on. I think you did a really good job. Maybe just better transitions throughout your speech.
Okay, better transitions, yes. Well, this was a novel topic and well done, well researched. Gosh. I would only just quibble, and it's a quibble, not a criticism. CNN isn't exactly my favorite high credibility source, but it's okay. You know, it worked. You know, it was fine. Okay, so you had a false start, but you got your center back and you did it flawlessly the second time. You prated the horribles, and you finally gave it away and said, "Welcome to a germ-infested airplane. Enjoy the trip. Obey the seat belt sign." So that was clever. So this was clever and well written. And your persuasion was to sanitize your airplane seating area. 2 reasons, actions, and benefits. Carla Kripp from CNN in 2015, which you read the data, which was nice. Yes, that's true. I have known so many people that have gotten sick from flying on an airplane, breathing that air and touching those surfaces, yes. When you first said the first reason I want you to bleach your plane seat, I had an image of you with a bleach bottle, scrubbing away, and then you got down to a bleach wipe, so I figured it out real quick, but that was okay. And you presented the evidence of how dirty the surfaces are and how disgusting they are and how there's a real need to bleach your plane seats, yes. And I liked your visual aid. One thing I want to point out to all of it, did you notice she used her visual aid and then she put it down? She didn't pass it around, so it was distracting while she was speaking, which is a romper room no-no for visual aids, right? You just look, see, get the point, put it down, put it away. So that was well done. I like your personal story. I've flown to over 60 countries, 21 hours, la-di-da-di-da. That was good. So, concrete actions. You told people how to bleach their seat. Don't cross-contaminate. You talked about putting on gloves. Boy, that I don't know if I'd have the nerve to put on a glove on an airline, but you do that. Good. I admire you for that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And yeah. And all your little tips about the bag and all that were really excellent. Your benefits were well argued. Summary, conclusion, and tieback were all well done. Could I switch up the tone of the voice to emphasize certain things? Do not forget any part of the speech outline. Be unexpected. How'd it go?
I think I did a better job than in the past of like raising my voice to emphasize certain things, like the different kinds of bacteria.
Yeah.
I didn't forget any parts. I did have a false start, but like last speech, I forgot the benefits or how I felt. So this time, I wanted to remember that.
Yes.
And the unexpected was my visual aid. So I think I did my nice.
That's good. If we were to evaluate how sticky this speech was, it was simple. You just wanted to clean your seats. You kept it pretty simple. You had the unexpected with the visual aid. You were credible. Your evidence you cited was credible, except for CNN. But you had studies, and you cited the dates fully. You had good emotional connection with your evidence and with the subject matter. So I felt you had a good emotional connection with your audience, and you had stories and stories and stories. So it was a very sticky speech. So well done, Jordan. Thank you.
Do you want this with the outline or no?
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, are there any more B's? Okay, are there any more people that need to make up a persuasive speech? Yes. Okay, let's come on down. Set it there. Ask her about her party.
Who had a party?
No one. I had a huge party.
You had a huge party? Rager?
Yeah. The cops came.
I was there.
Yeah.
Did helicopters come?
It was, no, just cop cars.
Did you have a bowl like you could ride on? Yeah.
It was awesome.
We didn't get an invite to any of us?
No, sorry. It was pretty exclusive.
Okay. Okay, if they're going to be ask them if they're going to be yammering. If they are, then shut the door. If they're not, leave it open. And just ask them to please be a little quieter. Thank you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You ready?
Yep.
Yep. We're ready.
Hi everyone, my name is Andre.
Hi, Andre.
As college students, we all know that we wake up in the morning feeling tired and unmotivated. We wake up feeling sluggish and go to class feeling unfocused, not listening to what the professor is going to say. And as adults, we have to figure out there's actually a way to get a boost of energy, and that is to drink coffee. But I can tell you today that there's actually an alternative way to get a boost of energy, but it does require some energy to get back energy, but I'm sure the benefits outweigh the amount of negatives that you have. So today I want to persuade all of you to start exercising. I will provide 2 reasons and some actions and benefits that will follow if you start to work out. When I was in the 8th grade and I realized that people were making fun of my obesity, I decided to change that by working out. I not only changed the way people perceive me, but I also changed the way I perceive myself. So the first reason I want to persuade all of you to start working out is because, as I mentioned before, it gives you a boost of energy. about a year or a year and a half ago, I started to get up every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday about 5 or 6 a.m. and go to the gym. I realized after 2 weeks or a month that I was actually gaining energy, and I was able to stay focused in class, get better grades in school, and I was able to get through my day without falling asleep and taking naps like I used to. I think this is a very important because, sorry. I feel like this is very important because, as most of us know, as well as I know, that I take multiple naps throughout the day to stay focused because I sleep at, let's say, 2 a.m. at night, wake up at 7, and that's not enough for a teenager or adult to sleep. The second reason I want to persuade all of you to start working out is because it boosts your confidence and it gives you better engagement through your daily life. A research conducted by Karen Proper and her colleagues in January of 2013 that was published in a Scandinavian journal showed significant results when people did exercise. They had a control group where no one really exercised or performed any sort of workout, and after a 6 and 12-month period, they tested whether to see if these people were productive or had better work engagement or they had more energy. And they saw that there was actually no significant improvement. However, the interesting part is that their experimental group, where they did put them to an exercise program and they did go to yoga, showed extra vitality, showed better work engagement, and showed better confidence in who they were. Third, I want to give you some action that you could take to begin actually working out. The first and most obvious one is to actually get up out of your chair or get up out of your bed and start to work out. I know that's the most hardest one, but you could solve that with another action that you could take. The second action that you could take is to get a workout buddy. It's like a study buddy, except it's for working out. This workout buddy will allow you to get through your workout, will get you out of your bed, will get you off your couch, and get you into the gym. And not into the gym, but it will get you through the gym and at least get a 30-minute workout in. And some benefits that will follow these actions is that you will not only feel better about yourself, but you'll feel like a whole new person, and you will be able to conquer stuff that you will not have before because you have more of a confidence. And another benefit from taking these actions is, I blanked out.
You won't be afraid to go to the gym. You'll have more willpower.
Oh yeah. And another benefit will be that you'll have a completely new mindset, and you will be able to be dedicated because going to the gym takes so much dedication. You'll be able to control your own will and control your own willpower that you might not have control over, and that will allow you to explore more of the world. So in summary, I've told you 2 reasons and actions and benefits that you could take to begin to start working out. And of course, as I know and as most of us know, it is actually difficult to start working out. And we just have to look at bodybuilders in this case. Because bodybuilders, if there was no passion behind it and there was no benefit, they wouldn't dedicate most of their lives and countless hours of their day into a better lifestyle and into working out. So let's all get up and start working out because you either love it or you've never tried it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. What was the time?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay.
Hi, my name's Caroline.
Hi, Caroline.
I liked your speech, and I especially liked how you talked about bringing like a friend to the gym with you. I just think that's like really persuasive, and like doing things with other people always like encourages people to do them more. I thought that was like a really good point because that would like convince me to do something. Like bring a friend with you.
That's
Good job.
Yeah. Improvement.
Hi, I'm Lily.
Hi, Lily. Nice loud voice, Lily.
I really liked your speech. I liked the examples you gave, and I liked how you made it personal at the beginning. I think maybe you're just in your head a little bit, which is why you forgot, but I think all of us forgot. I think you recovered well, so.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, You started off with sort of most of us wake up without energy and we drink a cup of coffee, but we should exercise, and that was you went right to what you wanted people to do. I'm not sure, and then you tied back to that, so let's go exercise. So you got right to the point. You wanted people to exercise, and you shared with us in the 8th grade people made fun of you because you were heavy, or as you put it, obese, and you didn't want that to continue to happen, so you changed. You then shared with us the first reason was that you've changed your schedule, and this gave you more energy, so your support was your own personal example. And then your second piece of research, which you stated fully, nicely, January 2013, Karen Proper in the Scandinavian Journal. Just how I liked it cited, yes. Increased exercise resulted in confidence, productivity, and energy. So that was good, and you mentioned yoga too. The concrete actions, take it in short steps. I like the workout buddy. I agree with Caroline, and would have liked a third action instead of 2. And the benefits were good. Summary conclusion and tie back were fine. Your goals: keep eye contact all the way through, use vocal variety, and be unexpected. How'd it go?
I just can't keep eye contact. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I feel like people judge me or something. I have no idea. It's like a mental in my head.
Well, that would be something I would work on.
I've been trying to do it for the past like 15 years of my life.
Maybe practice with a study buddy or somebody where they hold a hand out like that, and you practice going from this hand to these eyes to this hand, and you.
For me, it's the amount of people. It's not. If I could talk to one person, I'm fine.
Yeah.
So this morning, like 3 or 4 people, I just completely lose it.
You blank out,
yeah.
huh? Okay. Well, you did a nice job, Andre. Thank you for getting it done. Any more speeches?
Yes.
One more?
2 more.
2 more. Okay. We have a battery change to make. So if you could kick that blue folder toward me, that would be great. Thank you.